Eagles kind of been getting lucky a little bit. They've been catching the teams that have been banged up, like the Chiefs, Buccaneers, Rams, and Packers, all good teams, all teams they've beaten. But when they faced them, they had a much higher health advantage score. And this holds true again this weekend. I mean, this pass defense for Detroit's really, really banged up.
And Laporta's out, too, the tight end.
That hurts. Yeah, that hurts. But, this Lions team is probably the best offense they're going to face all season.
The legendary Philly Godfather joins us right now. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, Dan? Just on this little weight loss program I've been on.
You look good, bro.
It's been tough. I dropped about 40 pounds, but it's getting rough now, man. Sticking to that diet.
How about this, man? Do you have any cheating days?
Yeah, once a week I'll get a slice of pizza or something.
Yeah, that's what Rock does. Rock goes on them fasting things. But I'll tell you what, when he has like a cheating day, this guy goes to like Denny's. Hey, man, I'll tell you what, there's a lot to eat this weekend on these football games, man. I want to get right to them. I think they're going to be some great games. We're going to look at pretty much all of them here. Washington and the Dolphins. You know what Mike North told me? I found out about these crappy games. He said that I'm the king of the crappy games. These are the games that he likes to bet on. This is where you make some of your money here. The Dolphins are giving, I guess, Washington 2.5 points in this ball game at 7. It's 47.5. What do you like in this one? It's down. It's the Spain game, by the way.
Yeah, overseas. Never know what you're going to get. But, I mean, as long as you got an edge like Mike North, keep firing. Line opened up 1.5 on Miami. It's up to 2.5. Total's at 47.5, which I think is a little light, considering the fact that, Washington's pass defense is probably one of the worst in the NFL, and Miami's isn't much better. Both pass defenses are really banged up. I think the Redskins' pass defense is the most banged up other than the Detroit Lions going into Sunday. Both teams have struggled to put pressure on their opposing quarterbacks all season. They rank in near the bottom of the league in pressure and sack rates. So these quarterbacks should light it up here. They might probably score 60 in this one. So going over 47.5 is probably the right thing to do in this game. When it comes to betting the side, it feels like Miami's playing a better football, right? They beat the Bills. They beat the Falcons 2 of the last 3 weeks. It's just hard laying 2.5 against a team that's only won 3 games all season. But why? I mean, taking Washington here, I'm not rushing to the window to do that either. Backup QB, banged up roster. I guess Miami on the money line is probably the right side. I didn't bet it, but it's probably the right side. But I like the over 47.5 more.
I'll tell you, this game here has got some implications in the NFC South. So the Panthers are sitting at 5-5, and they got to go to Atlanta on a team that is 3-6. And if they want to stay in any kind of opportunity to win the NFC South, that would be the Atlanta Falcons. I think the Bucs have a big game. We're going to get to that as they go up to Orchard Park and play the Bills. And then, believe it or not, the Buccaneers have the Rams on the flip side of that game. It's a big game here for the Panthers because if they can go 6-5 on the season, I think they get the bye this coming week. They could be tied with the Bucs for the NFC South by next Monday. So it's a big game. Panthers take care of business and go into Atlanta and get the win. I believe that they're 3.5-point favorites in this game against Atlanta. Who do you like in this one?
Well, Atlanta's minus 3.5, actually. They're favored.
Okay.
Anywhere from 3 to 3.5. And you got to think, I mean, after the way the Panthers blew out Atlanta in week, 3, 30-0, that the Falcons have this game circled. I think Atlanta's the better team. I like them here at minus 3, even though Carolina is the healthier team on both offense and defense. The Falcons have been really unlucky this season. They lost 3 games by field goal or less. And I think this is a perfect spot for them to grab a home win after dropping 4 straight losses. So Panthers may have 2 more wins on the season, but I still think the Falcons are the better team. Atlanta ranks 13 spots higher in on offense and yards per play. And they're the better defensive team, ranking 10 spots better than Carolina in opponent yards per play. So I think the Falcons get the job done here. I think they cover the 3-point spread. Panthers had some issues with ball security. I think they rank 15th in the NFL in turnover margin. Falcons are kind of stingy in that department. They rank 3rd. So I like the Falcons here at minus 3.
This Bears team, I want to try to figure them out, and I really don't know who the Vikings are. I think they're a headless team with that quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. And the Bears here, I mean, they're 6-3. Do you like the Bears to go into Minneapolis and get this win, or do you think the Vikings run their record to 5-5? Boy, that NFC North race could come down to the last week of the season. What do you like in this one here?
Yeah, the Vikings are anywhere from 2.5 to 3-point favorites. The total is at 48.5. Bears actually tied for first place. I mean, it's as crazy as it sounds. And I think the Bears should have beaten that Vikings team the last time they played. So I think they get the job done here. I think you won't even need the points. If you want to take 3 on the Bears for security, you can take the Bears on the money line. Both pass defenses not playing that great this year. They're ranking in the basement of the NFL in opponent yards per pass attempt. But the Bears' pass defense has an excuse. They've been a little banged up lately. I think the Bears are the better team. They're ranked number 1 in turnover margin. They're stingy with the football. They don't make mistakes. Minnesota ranks 30th. So in a game with a close point spread like this, give me the team that doesn't turn the ball over as much. And I like the Bears. I think they win the game. I think they cover the spread. I think they're the better team, man. Wow,
they go to 7-3. What's funny about this game is Joe Burrow had his 21-day window opened. So, I mean, and here the Steelers, they've wobbled all year long. They're 5-4. It's a home game here. They're 5.5-point favorites over the Bengals here. Any chance for the Bengals in this ball game? Joe Flacco has been insane in what he's done there, man. Do you think Flacco can right the ship here and get that team to 4-6?
I mean, as long as they don't turn the ball over. I mean, the Bengals love turning the ball over. And as great as Flacco has looked at 40 years old, when he's under pressure, he's only got like a 38.7 passer rating this year. So I know the Bengals beat the Steelers last time out, but Pittsburgh lost that turnover about 2-0. I don't think that happens here. I think there's some revenge. Steelers are 5.5-point favorites, and I won't be surprised if this game gets ugly. I like the Steelers here minus 5.5.
I'm not doing the Texans and Titans here, but I will do Packers and Giants. Packers come off that tough loss on Monday night against the Eagles. It's at MetLife. The greatness of Jameis Winston starting in this game for that 2-8 New York Giants football team. They're a headless team right now. No Brian Dable there. Packers go in, right the ship. I believe the Giants are getting 7 in this ball game. Boy, that's a lot of points, 42.5. Jordan Love was brutal. Knowing that, he'll probably have a game of 350 yards in this game against this Giants team. You think they cover the points here in this?
I think so. I mean, the Giants have been gutted on offense. No coach, no quarterback, no neighbors, no scatterboo. I mean, 7 points, I don't think it's enough, even though the Packers, I think they're just 1-3 against the spread on the road this season. Everyone loves watching Jameis play, but he does throw a ton of turnovers, a ton of interceptions. Right side's probably the Packers minus 7. If you want to play it safe, tie them into like a teaser, get them down to a pick 'em with maybe the Bears plus 10 or the Seahawks plus 10, even the Texans at plus 1. You probably cash a ticket, but I can't bet the Giants here. They just got too many issues, man.
This is an interesting ball game in Jacksonville here. I mean, Chargers are 7-3. Okay. I mean, the Jaguars are 5-4. They're fighting right now for a playoff spot. As right now, I think the playoffs, the Jags are in, and Kansas City's out because of that win over Kansas City early in the year that Herbert has, that Trevor Lawrence has. Boy, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, this is quite a quarterback matchup. Both these guys have to win games like this, and I would think Trevor Lawrence more so than anyone has to win a game like this. Jags are underdogs in this ball game from what I'm seeing here. So, in your opinion, Chargers go in there. This is that revenge game a little bit, maybe a couple of years ago when he threw all those picks. Yeah. Chargers win the ball game.
I like him here a little bit. Line opened up 2.5. It went down to as low as 1.5. It's back up to minus 3. And there's no sharp money taken to 3 on the Jags. So that'll tell you something right there because that's such a key number. Anytime it hits 3, if you see that number disappear, then the dogs aside. But I think the favorites aside here on the road. Huge meltdown last week for the Jags, so you never know how they're going to respond to that. The only good news here is that Jacksonville, I think they're a little healthier heading into Sunday. In the trenches, both teams, they've actually struggled to protect their quarterback. I think they're ranked 23rd in sacks allowed per game, and the Chargers are ranked 27th or 28th. But on the defensive side, I mean, Chargers have a bigger edge, generating pressure. I think they're ranked like 8th in pressure rate and sack rate. Jacksonville hasn't been able to get pressure on opposing quarterbacks all year. They might be ranked 30th or 31st in that metric. And if you can't get pressure on, Justin Herbert, you can't force him to make some mistakes. I mean, it could be a long day. I like the Chargers here. Anything under a field goal, -2.5. They're the better team, more complete team.
The point spread is starting to go up a little bit here. Buccaneers and Bills. This is a big game for Tampa. Tampa doesn't have Bucky Irvin now. Also, Chris Godwin has been ruled out. They got Luke Gedeke back there, right offensive tackle. And Buffalo's coming off that brutal loss to the Miami Dolphins. Bills are favored by 5.5 in this game at home in Orchard Park. I get it, but 5.5 with a 6-3 Tampa Bay Buccaneer team. Vegas is telling us something here. Do you buy what they're saying here?
Yeah, I think Buffalo's the right side. I think it's a good buy low spot after they just lost to Miami. So people are having reservations about, putting down some money on the Bills again. Tampa Bay still banged up on offense. Probably we see a huge bounce back game by Josh Allen against a defense that ranks 22nd in opponent yards per pass attempt. So that Buccaneers defense isn't going to help him out this week at all. And Josh Allen, I think Superman comes back this week and has a big game. Bills offense still ranks third in yards per play. Tampa Bay's offense falling off with all the injuries. I think they sit now like at 17th in that metric. And over the last 3 games, I think the Buccaneers have the 4th worst offense in the NFL. So those injuries caught up to them. I like the Bills here, -5.5. If you want to put them in a teaser, grab +1.5 and bet the under 53.5. You probably make some money there as well.
What a massive game. There's really quite a few massive games this weekend that have playoff implications here. Seattle versus the Rams. It's at SoFi in Inglewood. The Rams are favored by 3 at home in this ball game. There you go. And every time I start talking good about Seattle, people go, Sam Darnold. And I'm like, yeah, I got it. It's Sam Darnold. And there I am. Maybe I have to shake that. But the guy's won 21 of 26 football games from a year ago where he went 14-3 in Minnesota. He's had a great year a year ago, and he's having another one this year. And Matthew Stafford is just playing the best football of any quarterback in the league. He's 7-2 as well. They've had a really great start to this season. First half of the year has to go to the Rams, in my opinion, on how well they've played. Who do you like in this big game?
Yeah, line opened up 2.5. It's up to 3. Early action is really heavily tilted on Seattle. Right around 65% of the public money is on Seattle. So that should scare you a little bit if you're looking to back the Seahawks, even though they have looked great on the season. It should be a great game to watch, but I kind of like the Rams here. Seattle has struggled with ball security. They're ranked 24th in turnover margin, while the Rams come in 4th. So add the fact that Seattle's pass defense is really banged up as well. I think this game's tailor-made for Matt Stafford to have a big game here against that banged-up pass defense. I like the Rams here. Anything under a field goal, I think they're going to be putting some points up on the board as well if you want to go over 48. But I think the Rams are the better team, and Seattle is banged up on that under pass defense.
This is an interesting one, too, because San Francisco is still in the playoff hunt right now. They're 6-4. They're getting Brock Purdy. This Arizona Cardinal team, I can't figure them out, man. They lose games by like a point, 2 points. They're good, but are they good? Parcells says you are what your record is. That's 3-6, but every time I watch them play, I see a good football team here. So Purdy's back, and the Niners are favored by 3 in this ball game. It's 48.5. So who do you think they cover? Do you think the 49ers take care of business with Purdy back in charge?
It's a tough game to bet because both teams are wounded or banged up heading into Sunday. They got injuries all over the place, both these teams. The line opened up 49ers -1. It's up to 3 with the news that Purdy's playing, but I don't know if he's that much of an upgrade, to tell you the truth. So far, all the early action in the U.S. and offshore market is on San Francisco, right around 75% of the tickets. So, I never want to be on the public side. You got divisional home dog catching, field goal at home. It's always tempting. Arizona ranks 11th in turnover margin. 49ers rank, I think, dead last or 31st. So they've had an issue holding on to the football. I kind of lean Arizona. I haven't bet the game yet. I lean Arizona, but if I do bet the game, I'll give it out on Twitter at Philly Godfather. So just, pay attention to the Twitter account.
So the Ravens have a chance to square their record up at 4-5. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they were 1-5 at one point. And so they now have a chance to go to 5-5 on the season. And betting odds are now that they're going to win the AFC North. The Browns don't really have much to offer right now. I mean, obviously, they're playing for the April 2026 draft right now. I mean, I have no idea where they're going. They're 7.5-point dogs are the Browns in this game. Is this a big Lamar game? Do they get to 500? And that team gets in the playoffs. That's another one of those scary teams.
Yeah, we talked about it either last week or the week before. I think you could have laid like minus 140 for the Ravens to win the North. And now you got to lay 270. So the odds makers are expecting the Ravens to go on a run here. When it comes to this game, you got divisional opponents at home catching over a touchdown, which makes you take a deep look into the Browns. But there's no way I'm investing in that team. I mean, that offense has got to be one of the worst in the NFL. And the Ravens look like they got their mojo back. I know Lamar's dealing with some knee soreness.
Yeah.
But he's expected to play. The safest way to bet this is to bet the Ravens in a teaser, get them down to minus a half. But if he looks 100% healthy to start the game, you can even bet them live and lay the 7.5 points if you think he's going to be mobile enough because the Browns do have one of the better pass rushes in the NFL. The Ravens have won 3 in a row. They're healthy. They're making a push for the division. I think the Ravens are the right side here. Get them down to a touchdown, minus 7, or maybe tease them down to minus a half a point, but they're definitely the right side here.
Boy, if you would have told me that this game is everything for the Chiefs, they're at 5-4, and if the Broncos win, they're going to run their record to 9-2 in the AFC West. There's no chance the Chiefs catch them. I mean, this is – who would have thought Bo Nix, and it's in Denver at Mile High. It's a must game for Kansas City, no, because if the playoffs were to start right now, right, Kansas City's on the out of the playoffs. They're not in the playoffs, and they got – I hate betting against 15. I get it. I mean, he's tough to do this, but is this Bo Nix in Denver's game here? I think they're 3.5-point dogs in this game. Am I right?
Yeah, anywhere from 3.5 to 4-point underdogs. Totals at 45. And even though the Chiefs are on the outside looking in for the playoffs right now, they're the odds-on favorites to win the Super Bowl still, which boggles my mind a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, it's nuts, but I guess they're expecting Kansas City to go on a run here. 75% of the early action is on the Chiefs. So a lot of public money is all over Kansas City. The Chiefs are the healthier team. I think they hold like a +6 overall health score advantage over the Broncos here. Broncos are a little banged up on their pass defense, which should help Mahomes out a little bit. Offensively, the Chiefs definitely have the edge. And on the defensive side, the Broncos, they may have the best defense in the league, while Kansas City's defense has been mediocre at best this season. Broncos, when it comes to sack and pressure rate, number 1. Man, this is tough, man. The Broncos have 3 more wins on the season. Laying 4 points seems like a lot of points here. But you know what? The Chiefs do have the better point differential in the season, even though the Broncos have more wins. Man, at -3, the line opened up 2.5. Now it went through that key number. Laying 4 points on the Chiefs, in Denver. Denver's got a big home field advantage, kind of tough. I guess if you can lay 3, if the game goes back to 3, maybe lay the Chiefs. But at that number, I just can't bet the game yet. I kind of do like the under, though, a little bit. So if you want to go under in this game, I think that has some more value, under 45. But if you want to buy the hook, get the Chiefs down to -3. It's kind of do or die for them. I guess the Chiefs are the right side, with the Broncos being a little banged up with their pass defense.
So right now, the Chiefs are still favored to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah. The odds makers haven't given up on them yet.
I see that. Before we get to the gigantic game on Sunday night, Cowboys and Raiders. Cowboys have a shot to go 4-5-1. They're still fighting in the room for a playoff. Raiders are sitting at 2-7. It's only 3.5. That just tells me. I don't know why I would lean on Raiders on this one here. I mean, right? I mean, when I see a bad team get a low number, am I right when I say that's kind of where I'm going to go then? If I'm going to go over there, if you think that team is that close, 3.5. I mean, the Raiders have been a train wreck this year, and it's not a 4-point spread.
Yeah.
What do you got in this one, Cowboys or Raiders?
I really haven't looked too deeply into the game yet, but how do you not take the points with the home team like you just said? I mean, the Raiders are facing one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL. Their defense is actually pretty good. I think their defense can make enough stops to cover the spread, and if Gino could get anything going on offense, I mean, they might even win the game here. But yeah, I haven't bet it yet, but at first glance, taking 3.5 with the home team here against one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL, I kind of lean Raiders a little bit. I agree with you, Dan.
Here it is. Sunday Night Football. The 6-3 Detroit Lions against the 7-2 Philadelphia Eagles. A game that everyone has wanted to see for 2 years now. And if I'm not mistaken here, you hook me up here if I'm right here. I believe the Eagles are 2.5-point favorites in this football game going into this. What do you like, and who do you like in this ball game Sunday night?
The line's 2.5 and 3, depending on which sports book you use. The total's at 46.5, which feels kind of light here. You can't argue with success, and the Eagles are 7-2, and some people say they're doing it with mirrors. I mean, Sirianni's got some kind of magic because even though they're tied for the best record in the NFC, they have the 4th best point differential in the NFC, and the Lions actually have a better point differential than the Eagles here. But Eagles kind of been getting lucky a little bit. They've been catching teams that have been banged up, like the Chiefs, Buccaneers, Rams, and Packers. All good teams, all teams they've beaten. But when they faced them, they had a much higher health advantage score. And this holds true again this weekend. I mean, this pass defense for Detroit's really, really banged up.
And Laporta's out too, the tight end.
That hurts. Yeah, that hurts. But, this Lions team is probably the best offense they're going to face all season. I think they're second in points per game, and probably number 2 or number 3 in yards per play. And the 3 times the Eagles have played against a team that ranked in the top 10 in yards per play offensively, I think it was the Cowboys, the Rams, and the Chiefs. I mean, those games came down to the wire, and it took a miracle to beat the Rams. So teams that can put points on the board have given the Eagles some issues this year. The whole world's betting the Eagles so far. I looked at the bet splits, right around 75% of the action is on Philly early. That might change by kickoff, but man, this one's a tough one. At -3, I kind of lean towards Detroit a little bit. You're going to take an underdog here, +3, that can put points up on the board. They can score on anyone's defense. But I like the over better. If you get over 46 on the game, I think the over.
You think they're over on the? You would take the over?
Yeah, over 46 here. I think the Eagles put up some points. I think Detroit puts up some points. I like the over in Jalen Hurts passing yards. I think A.J. Brown, I think he's going to be open a lot in this football game if you want to bet him anytime touchdown. This way he quiets down a little bit. And, maybe over in Jared Goff touchdown passes as well. There are 3 props that I'm looking at right now. But I kind of like Detroit a little bit +3 because of their offense. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles win the game. I mean, Detroit's pass defense is so banged up.
I want to take you to a few college games here because I think we're now starting to get in, and teams are starting. And like Notre Dame has been – now you have to start playing playoff football. Yeah. Not that they haven't played it really after week 3. I mean, because, they started out 0-2. Boy, I like this Pitt team this weekend. And Notre Dame is 12.5-point favorites in this ball game. But that freshman quarterback that Pitt has, he can play. This is an early ball game against Notre Dame. Notre Dame has no leeway. That 12.5 points in that Pitt team, boy. Pitt's pretty decent going into this game. They're ranked number 22nd, by the way, by the selection committee in the playoff poll. Who do you like in this one? Do they cover?
Line opened up 11.5. It's up to 12.5. The whole world's betting Notre Dame. You could see this line go to 14 by kickoff. The total was 56.5. It's down to 53.5. So there's some sharp money betting the under. I'm hoping this line keeps climbing so I can take Pittsburgh. I'm with you here, man. They got a legit defense. I think they're ranked like top 10 in opponent yards per play. They got 7 wins on the season. I think they lost one game in OT, and they lost the other one in Louisville by like a touchdown, which was a close game. They're playing some good football. They've won 5 in a row. I think Pitt beat Florida State this season.
Yep.
As long as they don't get killed with turnovers, I mean, their defense is good enough to keep them within 2 touchdowns. I like Pittsburgh here. I would wait. Yep. I think that line's going to go up, and their defense is legit, and they probably cover the spread.
Yeah, I'm taking Pittsburgh in that game too. Here's another one. Here's a playoff implication. Alabama loses. They're out of the playoff, in my opinion, because that's 2 losses and a crappy loss to FSU. You got Oklahoma, and they're rolling into Tuscaloosa. And look at the number here. Bama's only favored by 6.5 in this ball game, in this game here. So this is anytime I think you're in a touchdown window, boy, I'll tell you what, that's a turnover game to me. One turnover could change that whole thing. What do you like in this one? It's a pretty tough one. This is another one of those playoff games because if Bama loses, that's 2 losses on the season. They'd be in trouble to make the playoff.
Yeah, but they'll find a way to get in there if 2 losses, I think. But this line opened up 6.5. It shot up to 7.5, but then some sharp money came in, and they took Oklahoma plus 7.5, plus 7. Numbers down to 6.5. I see it as low as 5.5 in a couple shops. So there's some real sharp money in Oklahoma. Totals anywhere from 45.5 to 46. Scares me a little bit. Alabama's been tough at home this year. I think their average margin of victory at home is like 17 points at save in the field over their last 4 games against who they played. They played Wisconsin, Vandy, Tennessee, and LSU. But laying 7 points, it feels kind of heavy here, man. I kind of like the Sooners. I mean, their defense and their pass rush, one of the best in college football. I think they can stay within that 7-point margin. I like Oklahoma here, plus 7, plus 6.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Here's the last one here, and here's another playoff game. It's Texas versus Georgia. If Texas loses, that's loss number 3, plus they've got A&M in 2 weeks. So they're done here, man. I think they're going to have 4 losses on the season. And it's only 6.5, though, that Georgia's favored in this ball game. This is an Arch Manning game. If Arch Manning can really save his season here with these next couple weeks, right? With A&M and with beating Georgia, if Texas can do it. Yeah. Do you think Texas can go into Georgia and win this ball game?
It's going to be tough, man. This line opened up 5.5. It's up to 6.5. Totals of 49.5. It's tough. It's actually tough betting on Georgia this year because they're just 4-5 against the Vegas number, even though they only have 1 loss on the season. They just really haven't made anyone any money. They rank 70th in turnover margin, and that's probably a major reason why they haven't covered these football games, even though they've won most of them. But I think the Bulldogs are right side here, -6. Texas is the more desperate team, but they've underperformed all season. They let me down. Archie Manning hasn't played as well as I thought he was going to be. Gunnar Stockton has actually outplayed him all season. Texas has had some issues scoring in crucial moments like they did against Ohio State and a couple other teams. If you do like Texas, though, you probably want to bet them in the first half plus 3.5. They started slow all season. I think they trailed in like 4 or 5 games this year against Tennessee, Mississippi, Auburn, and Alabama at halftime. So they really start off slow. And I think against Florida, the game was tied. What was it, 10-10 or something like that? So if you do like Texas, maybe bet them in the first half. But, Georgia's a second half team. I think this. I think the playoff hopes are done this week for Texas.
I got one last question for you. I got my Heisman vote today. And I'm going to go by what you say here. I've got 2 votes that I have to do now and in a couple weeks. Is it the kid from Indiana that should win the Heisman?
He's got the second best odds. What's his name, Mendoza? But I like him over that kid from Ohio State. Yeah, I think he's the Heisman Trophy winner this year, man.
Indiana. Yeah. I've got to put that on my ballot. A guy from Indiana, a Hoosier, not a hoop player, is going to win the Heisman Trophy. And the guy who's from Miami, and we didn't get him. Unbelievable.
Oh,
Hey, tell the folks where they can find you, my good friend.
yeah, you can find me on X at Philly Godfather. The website's thephillygodfather.com. And if you want to pick up a copy of the hottest selling book in 2025, go to phillybook.com. I'll send you out an autographed copy. Or if you want to go to Amazon, they'll send it out the next day.
It's the Go Sooners, baby. Go Sooners. How you doing? All right. Hey, Godfather, we will see you next week. Thank you, brother.
Good luck, guys.